Many of you weren't around for the dot-com bubble, and now you're looking at this tech boom, which has turned into a tech pullback in the last several days, and saying, is this a repeat of the dot-com bubble? I'm here to tell you it's not. And there are some good reasons why it's not, and I want to go over them with you so that you feel more confident about the position that you're in, particularly if you're in the big 6 plus Tesla. And we'll get into what those are a little bit deeper if you're not here. First of all, let me share with you that this is Best of Us Investors. We are a group of people right now, about 45,000, who have come together to learn from each other, to share our wisdom, and to become better investors and traders in whatever commodities we choose to trade in. If you want to become a part of our tribe and share in our knowledge, I'm only one person that shares. Within our Discord, we have 45,000 people who potentially could be sharing their knowledge. Go to bestofusinvestors.com, give us your name. That'll give you access to our Discord. It'll also give you a free market letter every morning where I share what I'm doing and where other tribe members share through their emails what they're doing. So that's what we're about. Dot-com bubble. Are we at the tech bubble? No. We're looking at some major companies in the tech force, and I'm speaking of those. We refer to them, Amy Webb refers to them as the Big Nine. I take out the Chinese companies, and we're talking about IBM, Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, and Google. They are the controllers of data, and data is the major asset of the future. So what we see there, unlike in the dot-com bubble, is solid profits, fantastic cash flow, and market share. And their valuations are actually in line with the prices that are currently and future projected, because we are dealing with growth here. In the dot-com bubble, there were no earnings to support the prices that were on the dot-com stocks. And so that bubble burst. That is very different. The profits that these companies make, the tech companies, the big tech companies, are very in sync with their prices. So that's a difference. The multiples at which they are trading are within line. Apple is somewhere around 14 times, whereas Microsoft is about 25 times. Back in the dot-com bubble, they didn't have earnings, so there were no multiples. They were just dreams of the future that didn't come true. Also, within the large tech companies, they are obsessed with staying relevant. They are constantly updating their products. They are constantly changing the way they deliver their products, and they are constantly expanding upon their markets. We see Apple and Google and Amazon moving into India to take what they've been so successful doing here in the United States and then duplicating it in other countries, in countries where their potential profits far superior to those in the United States because the populations are so much larger. These are also the companies who are doubling down on artificial intelligence, both Google and Tesla involved in autonomous automobiles. They are companies that not only make their earnings and make their plans based on today, but they think of the future. They are planning for what's going to happen in the future and positioning themselves accordingly. They're not trying to just gobble up what's here today. They're actually projecting themselves into the future and taking advantage of it. You nearly need to look at companies like Yelp and Travelocity and how these companies, Google in particular, is gobbling up their market share. The tech companies of today that we at Best of Us Investors invest in are not just companies of today. They are companies of the future. Thus, the pullback that we are experiencing in the last several days is merely a buying opportunity. If you will look at each of these these stocks and their graphs, you will see they go up, but they trade within a channel. And they're all within that channel other than Amazon. Amazon has dropped below the channel. It's the only one who is truly at an excellent buying opportunity. Personally, I bought Amazon and I'm buying Apple as they are presenting tremendous opportunities for buying today and reaping the benefits in the future. They all generate a hell of a lot of cash. Two of them, Apple and Microsoft, even pay dividends. That's unheard of in the tech community, but they do. So the cash is there. They can survive basically whatever is dealt to them. If the coronavirus, and I believe that is part of what is happening in these last couple of days, the fear of what's going to happen if the government doesn't come in and give us another stimulus package. What if we don't get a vaccine? This is fear. These people can survive that because they have the cash. The other thing that strikes me about these companies is how they're changing the English language. I don't search anymore on the internet. I Google. I go to my Facebook. To me, Tesla represents electric vehicles. These are words that used to equate with Kleenex and Coca-Cola. This just, again, shows you the intensity that these companies have driven into our lives, have become a part of our lives, and will continue to be a part of our lives. A major part of our lives are going to be wrapped up in mobile use, e-commerce, cloud computing, and mobile payments. All of these tech companies play a major position in it. These companies are all going to be part of our future. So am I concerned that the price is coming down for a short period of time? No, I just wish I had a little bit more cash that I could throw in there and buy them at discounted prices. I have no doubt in my mind that 6 months from now, we're going to look back at this and say, this was one hell of a buying opportunity. The other thing that I think has changed that you and I need to understand is we've entered a part of the business world and the business society and environment where the winners take most of what's to be reaped. It used to be that, well, the automobile industry, I think at one time there were 300 different manufacturers of automobiles, and that kind of squeezed down, and there are many, many less now. That's also happening in the technology field. These companies are capturing the market growth because of some very incremental reasons. They're bigger, and as they become bigger, they become better, and they grow faster. They have basically rooted themselves into our lives. We are now accepting that Amazon can deliver groceries to our front door. We are accepting that Amazon can deliver pharmaceuticals to our house. We are accepting that they will be flying drones and dropping packages in our front yard. We're doing the same thing with Google. We're recognizing that and accepting that they're tracking our bodily functions on our watch, as they are with Apple. They are entrenching themselves deeper and deeper into our lives. Our automobiles have 140 different sensors on them that feed data into the cloud that is controlled by the Googles, the Microsofts, and the Amazons in our world. So they're becoming a part of our life, unlike any companies in the past have, other than my mother, who wouldn't buy any other automobile than a Buick. Buick was entrenched in my stepmother's life, for better or worse, but it was. They have created consumer loyalty. Good luck to Walmart on taking on Amazon Prime. I don't know if they can do it. Amazon is so entrenched. The other thing I think that we need to recognize is that these 5, 6, 7 companies are controlling the best minds that we produce, the best talent for taking companies further into the future, for taking advantage of artificial intelligence, cloud computing. These are very talented people. And if you're a small startup company, unless you just happen upon some bright young woman or man who just has the ability to think outside the box and create something totally unusual, Google, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, IBM gobble these people up. So the only fear I see is not a market setback, a market correction. It is the federal government stepping in and saying, we've got to regulate these people. They're taking too much control. They're dominating the business world. Well, personally, I think that's up to you and I, not the federal government. Yeah, the federal government supposedly represents us, but I haven't seen anybody up there representing me for a long, long time. And I'm not talking just about the current administration. I don't see them getting things done to make my life any better. They don't even fix my roads and my bridges anymore, and my airport is antiquated. So we don't want to go that route. These 5, 6 companies, the big 6, to me, are the people who are going to make my life better. My life is different than yours. I'm 70, I'll be 76 tomorrow. My life is wrapped around my health and me taking care of myself, and I need help at it. I need a watch that monitors my health. I need a toilet that sorts through my poop and tells me if I've got cancer. I need a blood test at least once a week. These are the people who are going to give me that better life, that longer life, and better life, that I'm not just a vegetable sitting there watching Judge Judy and eating Twinkies and drinking Coke and smoking cigarettes. I'm actually out competing and working and enjoying my life. So I'm betting on the big 6 plus Tesla. And thank you very much for the correction. I'm buying more Apple. I'm buying more Amazon. And if this stays down a little bit longer, I've got some influx of capital, and I'll be buying the rest of them. So I'm not concerned. I'm feeling good about it.